All right, so this is an interesting development. So I am with one of the members of Salty Soul. I am with Savara. How you doing, my bro?
I am good, brother. I'm happy. I'm thankful. How are you, bro?
I'm not too bad. I'm just dealing with really hot weather at the moment. It's actually 35 degrees on our end.
Dude! Summer, summer is real, I see, bro.
Sorry?
Surely summer is here.
I mean, summer's here, but at the very, very wrong time, especially like, in light of everything that's going on right now. It's mad.
I know. Yeah, man. But hey, we always like just to look for everything, anything positive to smile about. And as we go through this pandemic, bro. Yeah.
Nah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, I mean, to start off with, like, I seen on Twitter that you guys were rooted for Aubameyang, and of course, talking about the Arsenal v Chelsea FA Cup final match.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, we are Arsenal fans, man. I love Oba. I'm an Arsenal fan, man.
so, are all of you guys Arsenal fans?
Yeah. We're
All of
all
you?
Arsenal fans. Yeah,
Okay, well,
Chimano doesn't like soccer. He's not a fan of soccer, so
okay.
he's just like nonchalant.
Oh, okay, fair dues. Well, I mean, if all you guys were here, I would have just disappointed you all, you lot. But I'm still gonna do it now, as to say, I am.
Ah, you guys suck, man.
I mean, I
Manchester
mean,
United sucks.
I mean, I can't say the same in terms of you Arsenal being on top in terms of the Premier League, though. I can't really say that at the minute. You know what I mean? That's why I'm wearing this proudly right now.
But you guys are doing quite good, man. Yeah, but like I like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's. I like
Mm.
what he brought to the club. I like how you guys are playing like young players. It's so I think next season is gonna be top season. When I look at Chelsea, how they are transformed into a young squad. Look at Arsenal. Look at Liverpool now being so strong and Spurs. Next season is gonna be really competitive. Wait and see, bro.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, 21. Let's see. Let's see how we bash out there, man. For sure. But I'm not gonna embarrass you any longer. So I'm
No,
gonna
no, no.
like put.
Respect, but respect to you, man. Man City
No, I
is a
hear
big
that. So
team.
what do you reckon like Arsenal needs to do to get higher up the table?
Right now, I just feel Aubameyang
Mm,
should be locked on contract,
mm,
and then uh, sign someone like Danny Ceballos on a permanent deal. He's playing well, and just maintain that good squad. I see we might bring in Willian.
mm.
You know, just
Okay.
don't. I just feel like he shouldn't sell any players.
Yeah.
He should just like maybe add two more, or just two more, or one central defender,
Yeah.
and that team is good, bro. I don't want that team to be complicated by a lot of players and egos. It seems that things are starting to work right now. So we just build slowly. Someone like Matteo Guendouzi, because of his like how can I say indiscipline, out. So I just like how like that guy is building that team. The future
Nah.
is really bright.
Well, I mean, let's see what happens with that, man. And obviously, for all Arsenal fans, yeah, like jump in the comments and see what you think in terms of like Safari's opinion on this stuff. You know what I mean? But I mean, collectively for you guys, like, how has the whole lockdown period been for you guys? I know, like, we're kind of in the midst of coming out. Well, we've been coming out anyway on our sides, but it's still a bit shaky in terms of certain things that are happening. So how have you guys personally been dealing with lockdown mentally?
Yeah, I must say, at first, for us, especially for this year, if I may start, this year was like Sauti Sol year in terms of like we were planning to after releasing the album, we were planning to tour. Like Sauti Sol was going global,
Mm,
like before pandemic. That was our thought. So we had
mm,
planned around the album release, around tour. A lot of things would have been done by now in terms of travel,
mm,
but then we couldn't because of the pandemic right now. So we had to stay back in Kenya.
mm,
So we had to shift our business. At first, it hit us like really hard in terms of how we were even thinking mentally, being in that position, like, you don't know, being so uncertain in life is such a
mm.
bad thing. and we had not adjusted. We didn't know where the world was headed.
Yeah.
And for us, being a group, being musicians, and most of the time being together around each other and making music all the time is what like drives us. We feed off that. So it was so weird for us. So we decided, we spoke to the government, then took a holiday house, went in for 2 weeks, rehearsed for our album, did content for our album stuff. Yeah. So for us, it's been tricky. It's been tricky because mentally, sometimes it's a super roller coaster. But we are trying our best to stay sane, bro. We're reading a lot, just being each other's brother's keeper, if I may say.
I hear you.
So yeah, we've been trying, but it's not perfect, bro. It's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect, but I mean, like you just said about keeping sane and I mean mentally stable for it, and being strong for it, the whole thing, and you guys are still continuing to be strong regardless of everything, every bit of madness that's going on in 2020, man. Like for sure.
Man, sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So let's take it back. Let's take it back a bit.
Okay.
So for our side of the UK audience, our Media Spotlight UK audience, it's our first introduction to you guys. Of course, you guys are worldwide known. Like you've been around since 2005. And you're still continuing strong. You've worked with the likes of Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Vanessa Midi, Yemi Alade. I mean, the list goes on, bro. Like, we could be here forever. Like, we could just go past like 40 minutes talking about the accolades you talked about. And of course, like we're here in 2020, with your fifth studio album, Midnight Train. And that's all of that is amazing. But I wanted to take it back in terms of when you first formed. So you're originally an a cappella group, and then you guys met Otinho, who's the guitarist. What made you guys decide that you wanted to form a group and pursue a career in music?
First, we started in high school. The a cappella was in high school. So most of the time, we just sang out of passion and just to keep ourselves out of trouble. And also like being in high school and knowing how to sing and singing in such a group. It was called Voice in the Light. Singing in a group was like prestigious. So we used to go to girls' schools, like any time the school had an event, we were given first priority. So it was like kind of cool to be in that group. So we continued singing, and after high school, in university, when we started singing at weddings, and then it started like paying us a little bit of money, we were able to afford to take girls out for dinner, just to a young man's like day to day like upkeep, buying nice shoes. So the more we did it, the more it started to make sense for us, and we continued gaining popularity. And after all that, we were like, maybe actually this thing could work. And by that time, most of our friends had told us that it was working very well. We started commanding an audience, especially on Facebook. So it only made sense. And music started paying for our university even. We started touring while in the university. And oh man, I was just like, music made me board a plane first. Not even whoa. I was like, I must respect this thing. And off we went. Yeah.
Wow. And you guys have been dominating, like I said, like 15 years in the game, still going strong, and what I wanted to ask is that like a lot of like groups, like I we met like Blackstreet last year, who are legends in the game. Nice. And still continue to make music, still continue to tour, like and kept keeping the longevity. What do you how do you feel that you guys have been able to manage for so long, remain consistent, and still be able to go through all the motions of the music industry, especially like being so many changes of how the stamp of the music industry is now compared to 15 years ago?
Yeah, that's such a good question. I feel like it's been okay. Maybe my mind might just skipped, brain freeze. Please ask the question again, bro.
So essentially, like you guys have been around for so long, like and there's groups. There's groups and
I remembered. Sorry, yeah. I remembered. I'll just answer it. So First of all, we always say like it's debt. We are
Wow.
in debt together.
Wow. So a lot of finances
No.
going out then between each other.
No, no, but actually, we were friends first. You know how most groups are formed mostly are like, especially music competitions, and groups mainly form for sole purpose of entertaining, doing music. But I think we started different because we were friends first.
Mm,
Then music brought us together. We were
mm,
just friends, man. We used to hang out. Bien is my boy. Chimano is my boy. Polycarp is just a good friend of mine. Was just we used to hang out first.
mm.
We used to go for French classes together. So I think our brotherhood and friendship is our number one. Like we always say, that's our greatest achievement. Leave
Mm,
alone even the music. Our
mm,
greatest achievement, we always say, is being able to stick together.
mm.
And it's like a marriage now, a marriage of four guys, man. It's crazy.
It's like you can't divorce now at this stage. Like you
You
have to
can,
remain together,
yeah,
man. It
you're
probably
fighting
it'd probably be
people.
more expensive to divorce at this stage, especially in this climate.
Yeah, and we've really developed dependency on each other also. Yeah.
Mm,
So sometimes you find us like even sometimes I might do music features. We might do features with different artists, yes. But most of the time you find you feel out of place. Like
mm.
yes, we do the individual features with other artists, yes, but at the end of the day, those you feel out of place being a song with someone else. But when it's with us, the boys, so it's just a nice family that we've always kept. We've tried as much as possible to keep saying we've made mistakes,
Mm,
but we understand, man. Like we love music, and
mm.
this thing just gives us nice vibes. So why not? Why not
Yeah,
kill something that's working really well?
and of course with the vibes, you formed Salty first. So you named yourself Salty first, which is Swahili for sound, and then you named
Yeah.
yourselves Salty Soul, which the soul means sun. So you're bringing the summer vibe energy to your music.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that.
is that the flavor that you went with when you made the name for yourselves?
It's actually really, really true. Like soul, the sun, for in Latin, and Sauti. People used to tell us, "Hey, man, you guys have good voices." Sauti is means voice in Swahili.
Mm,
It's Swahili for voice, and Sauti. You guys have good voices, good voices, good voices. And when we did our first album,
mm,
once we started, we wanted to name ourselves Sauti Now Out.
mm,
Our manager then told us like to add a little bit of peace, and he was from Sweden, and then he added the soul. So just to bring the sun into the
mm.
vibes, because most music is supposed to be like music gives sunshine. Music is something that look at the pandemic right now. Music has made people go through this pandemic through hard times. Music is just
Mm.
soulful. So why not bring the light into the music and call ourselves
And
Sauti
of course,
Soul?
like the sun's here right now. Like I'm sweltering, and then you giving me the vibes. I'm getting more hotter from hearing that. So you know what I mean?
So it's gonna be 40 plus 40 degrees now.
Jesus, yeah, it's 35. It's gonna be 45 on my side in a minute. I might just melt. The ones there. I'm not like an ice lolly. The ones. Uh, I came across your influences collectively, and I know like your collective influences. One of them that interested me was Coldplay.
Yeah.
So what was it? What was it about Coldplay in terms of like that inspiration for you guys? Was it the melodies or the group forming? What was it?
Everything. And even like I remember when we were starting out, because I started out as a drummer.
Okay.
I play percussion and drums,
Yep.
but these days we use a session musician to play drums. But when we were starting out, I used to play drums. Like it was just like Coldplay. If you look at how the band was formed, and even their songs, took my love back to Violet Hill. If you love me,
Oh.
won't you let me know? Then. Like, yeah, man, Coldplay, we just fell in love with Coldplay. Coldplay has good music. First
Mm.
of all, let's even start that. Starts
They
from there.
certainly do. They got legendary catalog, so you can't deny that.
Uh, yeah, so while we were starting out, like mostly we were listening to Coldplay because our music is also really acoustic based. If you listen to our sound, we love the acoustic guitar.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Coldplay. That's the reason I think.
Okay.
Mostly, yeah. The music and how the band formation. Yeah.
Okay. So you released your first album in 2008, and when you formed in 2005, obviously, you must have been like, getting to know each other and trying to figure out which, how each other ticks and stuff. Did it take you 3 years to figure out completely what your sound is to get it sonically correct before you released your first album?
No, no. We were just finding ourselves, and we were just excited. As a
Mm,
young man, you just want your records out. You don't care too much about quality. You know, your blood is hot. You know you're gonna do more and more and more and more records. So
mm,
we were just experimenting and moving. Yeah. So it's been a journey. Even like the sound of Midnight Train, if you listen to it, is very solid.
yeah.
It's been a journey, man. It's been trying out different sounds. Yeah. But for the first album, no, bro. We didn't even think that much. We just recorded in a bedroom studio and out. It was
So you were just thinking like, we're young, we just want to have fun, you know what I mean? We're just new into this, so we're
yeah,
just going full speed ahead, you know?
full speed. And as a musician or as an artist, expression is always like your power. Whenever you express yourself, you feel relief. So for us, especially as budding young artists, it was such a relief for us just to try out the market with the new with our first album.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, what would you say is the biggest changes in the music industry? Again, we're talking about like a 15-year career so far, and you must have seen so much in terms of changes. What do you think are the biggest changes that you've seen so far in the industry?
Biggest changes, I would just say like music consumption,
Hmm.
biggest consumption in the industry because of the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
because of the
sure.
internet. So like there's music penetration also.
Hmm.
There's global penetration of music. Right now, I can just go online and get music from Colombia
Mm,
without having to have physical stacks.
mm,
So the digitalization of music has really changed how people consume music. Also, if you look
mm,
at people are not consuming albums that much. It's playlisting all over.
mm,
Playlisting. People are their own DJs right now. So I think
of
that's a
course.
huge move. Yeah, that's a huge move. Yeah, technologically, and also like yeah, I must say sound wise also. Sound wise things have been shifting. Look at hip hop. No, nobody used to think like hip hop would change like that. Hip hop was one genre that was really solid in terms of delivery, but
Mm,
nobody ever thought hip hop would just drastically change like that. But whoa, right now there's mumble rap, man. So you see such changes. But hip hop used to be like you speak to be understood. Everything of yours, you spit rhymes that people understand and mess with you and mess with, you know. But
mm.
these days, you can hear mumble rap, you don't understand anything. But I don't, it's like, so things have been shifting a lot, if I may say.
Yeah.
But mostly in terms of technology, things have shifted crazy. Like right now, people look at me and you. We are conducting an interview. There's no more doing physical interviews anymore. It's not a must. It's not a must.
That's
But
true.
right now, yeah, we are vibing and we are connecting. So
And
that's has been a
100%.
crazy change. Virtual concerts, bro. Right
Yeah.
now, yeah, right now we've been forced to adjust to virtual concerts.
Mm,
We never thought the world had taken a long time just to transform to move online. The internet was there, but some people were hesitant. But right now, because of COVID, most businesses have to be online. Artists have to find ways to contact their audiences online. So I feel like technologically there has been a crazy shift. Yeah,
it definitely has, man. And then obviously, with Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes,
yeah,
what I mean? And obviously, CDs are a thing of the past. You know what I mean? You're lucky to see CDs if it's like a collector's edition to, what I mean, a
I'm
track
telling
that's out there, But
you. Hmm.
but I hear that. So obviously with your new album Midnight Train, which we'll go to
Hmm.
now, you released it back in June. Obviously we're now in
Right.
August. Were you making music during the course of lockdown, or did you have everything prepared before lockdown hit for you to get ready for release?
Most things were prepared. We
Right.
prepared a lot. Only, yeah, we've just been hampered a little bit because of shooting of videos sometimes for now. But the music had been done through Universal Music. We've been recording this music for. We, we had been actually that album has been recorded for written for the last like 3 years, bro.
Mm,
Yeah, and
okay.
like
So you had like stuff from 3 years ago to lead to the album.
yeah, yes, man, we had a
Raw.
lot of content. Like some songs didn't even make it to the album. We fought, man. We fought with the boys, man, with the label about songs being many or some being less. So it was such a good experience. And thanks to Universal Music, Universal Music Group, and the ACA from South Africa, we were
Mm,
able to find a balance of working together nicely. And it's good to see like a piece of art like that had been in the making
mm. No,
for a substantial amount of time come out.
of course.
Yeah.
So obviously now with that as well, the touring that must have had a knock on effect, especially during lockdown. Because with a lot of artists I've been speaking with, they've been struggling to to cross over to different countries, and obviously like you were saying earlier, with virtual touring being a thing now, which you guys are now actually doing. So you got like the YouTube midnight train experience coming up.
Yeah.
And it was originally for like the beginning of August, but because of high demand, like it's now for
Yeah.
the 22nd of August. So what made you decide you wanted to bring this experience to YouTube?
Yeah, because right now, if you look at how the world consumes music, it's not only audio; it's an audio-visual experience.
Yeah.
And this lockdown situation has given us a chance for because fans are now looking for something special, like an out-of-body experience, man. If you look at visually, people are trying hard. People are playing. The visual game is on the top, man. So like, if you don't give your fans a good visual experience, someone else will.
Mm.
And like for after doing such an amazing album, it only makes sense if we can be able to engage with our fans one on one on a good visual experience like that. So we put together an online show which will be uh, 22nd of this month, and we feel like we had to move because of the demand. Now Sauti Sol is, as I said before, we are proud to say that we are a global brand, and there's a lot of stakeholders who matter now, who
Mm.
are included in such a project, and it was only fair to give even fans more chance or more time to prepare and for ourselves too. So it's just gonna be a different kind of visual experience for the fans, and because we feel like they've been special to us and they deserve it.
No, of course your fans deserve it. You know what I mean? And obviously this is probably the most intimate that they can get to, knowing that, of course, like it'd be better for like a live show, like a live audience to be involved, but at least like you still have that connection with your fans that they're willing to, to come
Exactly.
in and support you guys no matter what the circumstances are, you know?
Yeah, yeah, sure,
You
bro.
know?
Sure, sure, sure.
And I wanted to ask actually, like, if you guys never pursued music, if like, obviously you've been friends forever, what I
Uh-huh.
mean, obviously, I can speak on your behalf, but what would you be doing if music wasn't a career that you wouldn't be pursuing? I wouldn't. Would I assume it would be football, maybe?
Yeah, actually, it's very true, man. I played competitive soccer in high school, after high school, but it's just that uh, it's the soccer system in Africa or in my country is not really well developed for you to be assured of a career out of it.
Yeah.
So I just played for fun, but I played competitively. So maybe an actor, I've acted before. Maybe an actor or a soccer player. Um,
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be as high up
an
as what Arsenal
entertainer.
would be now at the moment.
What?
You wouldn't be as high up as what Arsenal will be at the moment in the Premier League. I mean, I'd imagine you do well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 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 definitely. But I see what you're doing there. It's fun.
It's fine. I'm Man U biased all the way, so it's fine.
I know. That's cool though. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know, but maybe mostly maybe in the entertainment industry, man.
Okay.
But I'm also like I love business. I'm very interested in business.
Okay.
So like yeah, like investments and stuff like that. Like really, I love that. So maybe I would have just been a businessman or something. I don't know.
I mean, maybe you could
But music,
apply that within the group as well, because I mean, if you're into business, then obviously you could, cross-reference that with the music that you guys are doing.
and that's what we're doing, bro. We are like building an empire.
Of
It's Soul
course.
Generation. We started a label back home.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to increase our assets in a way, like make this empire like leave a legacy. Yeah,
Mm, I
yeah.
mean, you're
Because
you're
because
you're already
we,
you're already on your way to being that. You know what I mean? You're like
yeah,
15 years. I mean, you're legends in the game in terms of like this stuff anyway. So you guys are cool, man.
yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You know, have you? I mean, because obviously you've collaborated with a lot of African artists over your side over the years. Have there been any UK artists that you've been feeling on our side that, as a group, that you would like to collaborate with if given the chance?
Hey man, yes, I love UK artists. I love Stormzy.
Oh shit!
I
Okay.
like I like I like Stormzy. I like his name always just disappears, and he's like this guitarist, white kid. It's called who?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Like, I literally just seen him on
He's
TV the other
huge.
day.
He's the biggest UK artist, I think,
He
right
he
now.
wear he wears a beanie, doesn't he?
It's called. Oh man, I've just
Oh
got a
god, I
brain
got a
freeze.
brain fart. Yeah, like you can cuss me in the comments because I don't. It's
But
just lost
anyway,
it, but
yeah,
I know what you're talking
like
about. Yeah.
UK musicians like I like, but mostly right now I like Stormzy. Stormzy. I like Jay Huss.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, I like Jay Huss, and also like legendary musicians, Sting. You know,
Nice. Oh,
yeah, Sting is
that'd
a
be sick as a collaboration for yeah, man.
yeah. Sting is a monster, man. Actually, Sting is one of the people like we loved. The Police, the band, you know. We
Mm.
also love like I also love Muse, the
Oh,
rock band.
Muse. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Muse, the rock band. Yeah. So there's a lot of bands that we used to like. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So
UK music is good.
let's see for you guys to work with these guys in the UK, man, because that would be absolutely legendary. And I think where Stormzy's at, like he's just on a different level right now, where he's untouchable. Like literally, he's dominated like the world market. And this is a
Really.
this is a guy that came from South London, and now he's just worldwide celebrity. So where the beginnings come from, and then what he's got to now. It's inspiring, bro.
I like him. I like him also because he reminds me of a friend of mine called Cliff, who comes from like he Stormzy. If I saw Stormzy somewhere in Africa, like somewhere in my estate, he would fit in so directly. He looks like a tribe, a people called Luo people in my country, and they like he resembles them a lot. Like he has all the features. So that's why I think also I have developed a liking to him. Yeah, he
Okay.
looks like a friend of mine called Cliff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's see that collaboration happen, man. Like, I can't wait for
Yeah,
that
man.
to be a thing.
Yeah, it would be a good thing because now through Universal we are doing a lot of stuff also with some with different producers, writers. So I really hope like next year when things like shape up, I don't know.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Like,
so
let's get this COVID shit out of the way, man. Like, just let it be gone, man. You know what I mean? We need our full lives back on this, man. So of course, like the Midnight Train experience. Obviously your album out. The experience on the 22nd of August. Um,
yeah.
as unpredictable as this time is, what are we looking next from you guys?
Um, music, more music. I would say more music, and also like we are diving into some other things like reality TV. So you're gonna see Soul Generation TV. There's a lot of things we're gonna be doing, but mostly we just wanna activate this album and push it to the fans, especially during this time because it's like a listening season. Also, this is the time that people have spent a lot of time alone. Also, so the music listening or listenership has increased. So most for Sauti Sol is just pushing this album and trying as much as possible meet our fans nicely. Yeah.
Well, bro, I appreciate your time and I appreciate you being the front man for chatting with me today. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time. And I know you got a lot more famous shit to do, so I ain't gonna hold you up much longer. If you
Ah,
could,
look at you, man. I was born for this. We were born for this, man.
no, I appreciate that, bro. If you could tell our
Thank you,
audience
bro.
where they can catch you and the
Okay.
group on all the socials, the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah. So, to everybody out there, man, thank you so much for believing in Stouty Soul and believing in our dreams. The show, our album, Midnight Train Experience, live experience is gonna be on the 22nd, and you will catch it on our YouTube, on all our social media and everything. For anything you wanna know, contact our social media at Sauti Soul or our website at sautisol.com and just discover anything that you want to know more about us. There's merchandise, there's a lot of things to come with the album. But first, that experience, let's meet on the 22nd.
Let's get to the
Campus. Thank
experience,
you.
man. And
Yes,
and
yes.
and do you wanna promote your own social media as well? Like, if based on this interview, like if they want to get to know more, like they can
Yeah,
send
if
you
you
a
want to
cheeky
get to know
DM.
more about me, just look at Savara Africa. Savara Africa. We are only like two people called Savara in the world. So if you just write Savara, if you write Savara, you'll see Savara Africa. You can catch me on my social media, but mostly follow us at Sauti Soul because that's where you get the exclusive content for everybody. Yeah.
All right. Well, bro, I appreciate your time. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
chatting with me. This is J Bills, Media Spotlight UK,
Thank you,
with
bro.
Savara representing Salty Soul, who's the front man talking to me today. Make sure you check up on the experience, the Midnight Train experience on the 22nd of August on YouTube. Make sure you lock in. Make sure you follow them on Salty Soul at Instagram. And I'm assuming that's that on all the other socials.
Yes, and all the other social. We are on all social medias. Anything that comes, even the next one that hasn't come from China, we are on it.
All right, then. So check them out, and I'm out. Peace.